Hey everyone, Sean here, and I just wanted to give my more of my thoughts about the recent event that took place for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which is the final DLC character being revealed to the world. That last hurrah was definitely a hurrah, right? It is indeed Sora. We all know at this point. So many people gave positive reactions and such. There were some people that were angry about it, and certainly those comments were entertaining to look at. But I think overall, the gist of my thoughts anyway is that I thought it was appropriate. I think I'm okay with that. I think this is a good way to send off Smash Ultimate. It's just crazy that we've going at it for that long. Starting from, if you really count like Smash 4, for example, because it pretty much is kind of like Smash 4, like Ultimate Port or whatever, HD Edition or something like HD Edition or whatever. So if you count that, it's been a very long time. It carried all those characters over to this game, along with a lot more characters, right? Everyone is here, that whole tagline. That itself was a big achievement, and now we have Sora in the mix as the final character in that slot. We've had 2 seasons worth of characters. I think all those characters were all pretty cool. It's it's been a wild ride. This game is just absolutely video game Hall of Fame, the fighting game, essentially. I think that definitely is safe to say. I think the fact that Sora is in here really says something about who can be in Smash, really, because for those who have forgotten, Kingdom Hearts is an ongoing collaboration between Disney and Square Enix, and we all know how Disney is with their properties and their licenses and all that stuff, the legal stuff, which is a nightmare. Which is why games like Final Fantasy 14, what the director has pointed out that he doesn't want to touch Disney with a 10-foot pole when it comes to the legal stuff. So that's why we haven't seen any of the Kingdom Hearts like collaborations or anything like that at all for that game. That's one way to put it. So that itself is a big achievement, and it really says that, who can really be in Smash. We've seen Steve from Minecraft. That really says something, right, in a way. But this one also, in another way, really says that anyone can be in Smash in terms of legal terms. So I think Sora being in here is a good sort of sigh of relief in a way. Not only because it's over, but it really sets a precedent, I guess, if there are more Smash games in the future, for Smash or Switch Pro, whatever that Smash game is going to be called. Maybe it'll be called Smash Pro or something, I don't know. That'd be pretty hilarious. But it is safe to say that, hey, if Sora can make it in there, then definitely anyone else can make it in there, as long as it's not a legal nightmare by any means. I think that's a good way to put it, and so again, I think this is a really good way to send it off. It's just such a cool way in a way. People have been really wanting Sora for a very long time. He's been the most popular character in the Smash ballot, if you guys remember that from years ago. I know I had my 2 cents about that, but I figured that Sora was up there. Vale was up there, I think, also, right? And that happened too. It's just so crazy to think all the other characters that have made it in there. Even the Square Enix stuff alone, like Cloud, Sephiroth, and let's not forget the Dragon Quest heroes are Square Enix characters. So you have 4 Square Enix characters, which is crazy for something like this, and especially to have Sora in there. I've said this on my Twitter that this is definitely going to be the closest thing we'll ever get so far, anyway, of having Mickey Mouse in a Smash game. We've had Disney stuff on Nintendo platforms, right? So, but no, when it comes to Smash games, yeah, Mickey Mouse or just Disney in general. I mean, we've seen that keychain on the key blade with the Mickey Mouse logo on there in the shot for like a good amount of seconds, and it's such a like wow kind of factor. It adds more to that, the wow factor. Now, first off, in that trailer, I thought it was someone else. Like, I did not think the fire would represent or lead into Kingdom Hearts. You know, you would think it would be like some sort of light, right? Like like a soul type of thing, just floating, and or something like some sort of like light-based ember or spirit flame or something like that. I forget the term for what that was, but. Anywho, you would think it'd be like that instead of just like a straight up fire soul. So a lot of people were misled to think it was Dark Souls, naturally. And I don't blame him for that. I thought it was, again, someone else. It, well, could have been Scorpion, who I do prefer to be in Smash. But, you know, just like anyone else, there are many characters that do deserve a spot. Like Crash, Scorpion, or Sub-Zero. I'd be okay with that too. You know, and so on and so forth. I don't want to go too deep into that, but yeah, I mean that whole part with the flame was very misleading in a way. It could have been anyone else, I guess, with that flame who's associated with fire, but no, man. As soon as Mario threw that flame, I thought another thing, and then it led to another thing, which was Sora, the Keyblade. You know, you get this nice shot of the keychain with Mickey Mouse on there, the Mickey Mouse logo on there, and it really makes sure that you know that it's Sora from Kingdom Hearts. And you know, that was such a wow moment. You know, it's like, damn, they actually did it. They actually did it. Because of the legal side of things, you know, it's a nightmare. You know, we all know how Disney does with those things again. But yeah, the trailer itself was really wholesome. It felt good to hear the main theme for Kingdom Hearts once again, but now for Smash, Smash context. And you see Sora like flying around. He seems really happy, and right, so I got that wholesome feeling. I felt happy for the people who actually really wanted Sora, not so much the complainers. So I'm happy for them, and not so much the annoying side of the Kingdom Hearts fans. Which, yes, there are many on Twitter and a lot of social media platforms. But for those who genuinely wanted Sora and waited patiently, my happiness goes out to you guys. I think it's such a banger way to go out on for Smash Ultimate. And when it comes to the gameplay side of things, he is pretty simple. He's more straightforward than any of the DLC characters. We've had like pretty complicated ones, like Steve, for example. Minecraft Steve. Even Kazuya is kind of complicated. We had these characters with these mechanics, right? Some of them are pretty straightforward, so to say, but most of them have like some sort of unique gimmick. Of course Sora does have his own set of gimmicks and such, but he's a lot more straightforward. He does have some very nasty edge game, in my opinion. I think offstage game, I think he'll be really good because of how his forward B works, and of course how his recovery is as well. I mean, he has that in his arsenal. But I think the forward B is going to be the key thing for his kit when it comes to the more competitive side of things for Sora. I think he'll be up there. He'll definitely be up at least mid-tier. Who knows if he'll be top tier, but we'll have to see about that whenever stuff goes back to normal, quote-unquote, or goes back to offline tournaments. But for right now, we're sticking with the more online side of things for right now. There are some offline tournaments that have been happening from time to time, but who knows of what the circumstances will be like. But anyway, back to here. I think Sora, with his inclusion in the game, would naturally come with a nice selection of songs. Unfortunately, no, not too many. I was really looking forward to more of the Kingdom Hearts soundtrack, but we got something. We got 9 tracks, I think, which is a lot less than I would think, especially in comparison to the other ones, where you already have a good number of the Square Enix stuff in there. But I guess it might be the Square Enix side of things. I don't know. I'm not too sure, but at least we got some things. It's not just 1 or 2 at least, so we got 9. So it's pretty nice. Yeah, of course we don't have Passion or Simple and Clean. Of course we're not gonna have the Hikaru stuff, the Utada Hikaru stuff. That's out of the window. If that happened, oh my goodness, that'd be more of achievements on top of more achievements. That'd be nutty. But yeah, I think we do have the main theme right, and then Destiny Island and stuff like that. The Hollow Bastion stuff, I think, when it comes to music tracks. So that we're okay there, it seems like. But could use a little more, in my opinion. There's more memorable tracks, but it can't be helped. But at least we have Sora, I guess. So that is definitely something. When it comes to the costumes, I think they did a good job with them. We do have the first Kingdom Hearts costume, the first Sora, for representing Kingdom Hearts, the Sora for the trailer. But we do have Kingdom Hearts 2, 3, I think 3, Dream Drop Distance as well. So as the 4th costume, whatever that one is, or the last costume, whatever that is. So that there is good as well. It's looking really good. I'm glad to see that happening. And then you have the other forms like the ultimate form and whatnot. I'm not super familiar with Kingdom Hearts games. I did play from 1, 2, and then Birth by Sleep. I kind of stopped somewhere. So that's where my familiarity sort of ends there. So, but I know of Sora at least to some degree, and yeah. So anyway, I think overall it's a really good way to go out on. I think this was a nice way to just end Smash Ultimate. It's kind of sad too. It's kind of like that favorite anime of yours and coming to an end after that many years. I'm gonna feel so sad when One Piece ends, but it's also gratifying in a way to see it end as well. I mean, it's you get to see Sakurai kind of like take a break, take a breath, and be able to work on something else for once. Once he's done with his break, or maybe he is already done with his break and he's already working on something else. So, the guy can take a break from Smash, and hopefully we can see some stuff from him in the future that's not Smash. That is also to say that we won't be seeing Smash Brothers for a very long time, unless someone else wants to take the sort of the torch to direct it and all that, to produce it, direct it, and all that. That's going to be a very, very tall task, because how do you top that? That represents the question of how do you top Smash Ultimate? How are you going to make it better than Smash Ultimate in terms of sales too? How do you sell a game that's going to be bigger than Smash Ultimate? Do you just port Smash Ultimate and then throw a different name on there, and then try to see if you really want to see if you can renew the licenses? Gee, that's gonna be a nightmare. Doing it again, it's like, oh man, especially with Disney. Ooh boy. So I don't think it's gonna happen. With the everyone is here thing, I think they're gonna start from square one, and they're probably gonna make it into a brand new sort of Smash type of game, make it different or something like that. Maybe go back on Melee or something. I don't know, but it's gonna be hard. And that's why in the past, whenever I bring up that question, I just think that you just have to stick with maybe just Nintendo. Put in more Nintendo characters in there. Put in Waluigi, for crying out loud. There's so many characters that didn't make it in there. Still, And people still want Waluigi, and I do understand that, but you know, it is what it is. There's only so much that can fit in there, and we have like 86 or something like that. I think it was 89 or 86 or something like that. Almost 90, man. It is crazy for a fighting game like this, and just look at the roster, man, and just remember there's still characters like Ryu, Sonic, Mega Man, Pac-Man. And then you throw in all those DLC characters in there like Kazuya, Mishima, and like Pyra Mithra, and like Sora and Sephiroth. That's a crazy pick. Minecraft Steve, that was another big one. Probably the biggest surprise, other than Sora, because reasons. But I'm just kind of glad in a way that it isn't Goku, so that way those annoying people wouldn't like meme or brag or whatever too much. I mean, granted that Goku would be a cool Smash character, granted, but the people behind it will be very annoying about it. So, kind of glad to see that in a way. But I didn't get to see Scorpion, so there's that. I know Gino was another like desired pick, but then he got done into a Mii costume. And then speaking of the Mii costumes, Doom Guy or Doom Slayer has become a Mii costume, unfortunately. But again, someone had to take the fall, or there could only be one. So there's so many other characters that deserve it. Master Chief, that was another one too. So in a way, Doom Guy kind of won it. Doom Guy can take that victory over Master Chief. I kind of like Doom Guy a little better, but then again, I haven't played neither of those games. I have played the old Doom long time ago on the N64, but other than that, that's pretty much it. That's my Halo exposure to them. I mean, I've played Halo multiplayer for a little bit here and there, but when it comes to those two, I pick Doom Guy over Master Chief. But anywho, anything else to bring up? Yeah, not so much, man. I mean, it is unfortunate though. Like we weren't able to see the rollback netcode implementation, but it probably is really difficult to do that at this point. And the game has already succeeded so much that it's like, why would we? That sort of thing. And I'm sure Sakurai is aware at this point that rollback netcode is desired from the fans and players and such, but when it comes to Nintendo themselves, it's like, why would we? So I don't blame him for that in a way, but that would have been really nice. Maybe sometime down the road, maybe, but for the most part, I think we'll not see that. I think it's safe to say. Unfortunate, but that's just how it would be. So but yeah, that's just all I can say about Sora and Smash for from Kingdom Hearts anyway. It's crazy that even happened. It's quite the achievement, because all the licensing and such. Disney, now you get to see the Disney thing, the Disney name in the copyright text or whatever, the copyright description and such, and the licensing is and all that. So that is quite something. This also means that there is a light at the end of the tunnel with these amiibos, because I've been collecting every single one of them for the past years. And with Sora as the conclusion, it really means that once Sora is out, that's it. I'm not collecting these amiibos anymore when it comes to Smash anyway. But yeah, definitely the question is, what's going to happen to Smash in the future? Are we ever going to see another one like this? Or are we going to go back to square one? Or are we going to go somewhere else? Is it going to be like Nintendo versus Capcom? Is it going to be like Nintendo versus Sega? Are we just going to have just Nintendo characters, right? Just to really try to cater to those fans? It's hard to say, so a Smash character without guest characters, right? I don't know how people would fare with that. They have to pull some stops to keep pleasing these Smash fans. Otherwise, there won't be any other Smash game. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's the the ultimate sort of hurrah, you know, the ultima, I guess you can say, of all the Smash games. But again, you know, it does feel like the end of an anime or whatever. Like, it's pretty sad, but glorifying and gratifying at the same time. You know, it does feel good to see some things end. You can see where characters are, including Sakurai. So, lastly, speaking of which, thank you, Sakurai. That hashtag needs to continue to trend. Thank you so much, Sakurai, for your hard work and your dedication, blood, sweat, and tears, for all the work that you've put into these characters, this game itself, of course. When it comes to the characters themselves, you've always tried to translate the games where they come from into the game to really feel like, yeah, this is, you know, a representation of these games in Smash. So I think that there is also an achievement itself, with all with all said and done. So yeah, thank you very much, Sakurai-san, for all that. Now go take that damn break, or go work on Kirby or something, man. So I mean, we're getting that the Kirby game, which I don't think there has been a director name like disclosed or anything like that. So maybe it is Sakurai working on already. Who knows? But anywho, that's all for realsies. If you have any comments about the inclusion of the last DLC character, do you guys wanted Sora? Did you guys want someone else? Any comments like that, I'd like to see down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Really helps out, and I do highly appreciate it, guys. So that's been the Hawke Talks, more on Sora in Smash, which is still unbelievable. All because I wanted to just say it. This was me reacting 7 in the morning, so couldn't really talk much. So that's my reasoning. So thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys in the next video, and let's all have fun with Sora and everyone else in Smash whenever he rolls around, which is October 18th, right? So it's a couple weeks, but we'll get there, and we'll have fun with the last hurrah with Smash Ultimate. See you guys in the next one. Shaw now.